Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, guys, we did make um, a forecast that maybe perhaps with the Sirius star being occulted, and certainly I don't think it was a real phenomena, but today they can control the narrative to such an extent that they can make things seemingly look and feel real, subhanallah. Literally, they've got us in a grid, and in terms of the information and the dissemination of information, they control that entirely, subhanallah. So the sort of information that we do get, it could be anything. They can make all sorts of outlandish claims, subhanallah, and yet make it seemingly feel real. And one of the claims was that the star, the Sirius star, was being occulted, and then I did draw the attention of our ulama ikram that this is somewhat significant, especially in terms of the occult and what their beliefs are and what their belief systems are. And my gut was telling me that as well, subhanallah. So I had been looking out and for some sort of like false flag event or some sort of sacrificial event. Turns out we've seen a considerable amount of activity which you probably aren't aware of, subhanallah. Well, at least you will have come across what's happening in Kashmir, subhanallah, to our beloved brothers and sisters there at the hands of the Indian army and the zulm that they're experiencing. But on the flip side, what's happening at the same time is that they're astronomically, they're claiming that there are certain celestial bodies, asteroids, that are heading in our direction. What's drawn my attention to it is notwithstanding the fact that the timing is very curious, but also that they've called it Big Ben size. Now, Big Ben symbolically represents the Falak symbol, for those of you who are not aware, which basically represents divinity and the pineal gland and and Osiris and many other things. And this is the very same clock tower that has been duplicated in Haram. That clock tower really disgusts me. Even whilst I was there during Hajj, it absolutely made my blood boil, right? And it still does, to be honest with you. It's horrendous. It doesn't belong there. It causes me a lot of concern, and it should do on a very, very spiritual level. Subhanallah, any Muslim should actually hate the sight of anything that overlooks the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, almost creates a shadow on the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then also fits quite comfortably with the hadith that talks about these buildings being erected higher than the surrounding mountainous topography, subhanallah. So I mean, that in and of itself is subhanallah. I mean, there's something just not right about it, and I'm sure that our beloved ulama ikram would certainly agree with me. Moving on from that anyway, so this is what the Big Ben actually represents, is the phallic symbol. And then the number 3, when you remove the zeros, is considered a complete number in the occult, right? And there's a lot of stuff here. There's so much that I can point out to you, but I'm not going to, not for now anyway. I just want to draw your attention to the fact that maybe perhaps, I mean, especially when they're depicting the Big Ben and then the Statue of Liberty, which is Isis, a symbolism of Isis again. And then the timing of all of this, it's very, very curious, especially when it's hot on the heels. I mean, the passing of 33191 lunar distances, which is, you've got 33 again encoded into that. There's a lot here, a lot, genuinely is a lot. But there's no point really